This isn't a story about me, but rather my friend. His name is Jacob. This is a scary story about a spirit he saw twice in his life. The first time was when he was standing in his parents' room, talking to his very sick dad. At the time, he was dying of stage 4 esophageal cancer. He got the feeling something was behind him. He looked toward the doorway to the living room, and something that was about 4'6" and fully black with horns and blood-red eyes was peeking around the corner with its hands on the door frame. He ran towards it, and it slipped back around the door. When he got outside the doorway, there was nothing. His dad was completely confused when he stepped back inside the room and told him about what he saw. People who stayed at his house in his dad's final days claimed to have seen it. His mom saw the figure on multiple occasions, in multiple places, until he passed away. Fast forward 4 months. His big brother Luke was in a coma. He and his mother were going to the hospital to see him. And when they entered the hospital room, their stomachs turned inside out. They saw the figure, but this time it was taller. It was standing right over Luke, looking at him. When the figure noticed them, it glared at them. Then he blinked, and it was gone. Jacob said he couldn't sleep at all that night. He said he felt like someone was watching him when he was trying to sleep. I have a feeling that thing is the person that died before, since it was taller when it looked at his brother. If it was 4'6", then, does that mean that a child died? What did it look like when no one died yet? We're 19 now. His brother hasn't woken up, and he's never seen the spirit since that day.
This happened to me December 10th, 1996. I was at my friend's house because we celebrated our birthday that night. Time passed by, and eventually we needed to leave and head home. We were on our way home, but before reaching my house, we passed by a cemetery. My male friend, let's call him Gay, was driving the motorcycle, and he escorted me to my house while I was in the back just enjoying the cold gushes of wind. Now, cemeteries here in the Philippines are quite different because the coffins are placed inside cement and are painted white. They are piled up so we can reach up to 3 to 5 coffins up in the air. Back to the story. The cemetery was to my left. The moon was shining brightly as if it were day, and as I looked up, the very first thing I saw made my entire body freeze. There stands a tall, big-figured man wearing a barong Tagalog, a traditional attire in the Philippines. The most bone-chilling part was that it had no face, just white. I asked my friend, "Hey, are you seeing what I'm seeing?" Then he replied, "Yes, what the hell is that?" After seeing the faceless man, at the very entrance of the cemetery, there were 3 ladies walking, 2 white ladies at the side holding up candles, and 1 black lady in the middle. That made me wonder why they were at the gate when no one was walking towards it. I looked at my watch and my eyes widened as it was 12 a.m. sharp. "Gay, you can drive faster," I told my friend as he hastily drives, and as we turn left, I look back to where the faceless man was standing, and to my surprise, it was now looking in my direction. I faced front and never looked back again. We arrived at my house. I told my mom what happened and called my other friend, who also passed by the cemetery, and they said they saw nothing. Goosebumps, just goosebumps. Gay didn't want to take that route home, so instead he took the long way and safely arrived at his house. To this day, I never look at that cemetery whenever we pass by at night. I didn't want to stay up late and see that again. What was that faceless man? Why were those 3 ladies holding up candles? I don't really know.